In this video, we are going to be solving a question based on quadratic theory, equal roots, imaginary roots, and stuff like that. But in this case, the question says, given that p squared plus rp plus r equal to 0 has no real roots, then the values of r is or r dash, right? And you can see the options. This is a Math 101 prep. So please, if you've not watched my video on quadratic theory part 3, where I explained stuff like this in detail, this is just like a revision video, right? Please do well to watch it, quadratic theory part 3. And then if you've watched it, please do well, you can pause the video and then attempt this question before unpausing to hear what I have to say, right? So if you watch that video, you would see that I said that for a quadratic equation to have no real roots, or we could say imaginary roots, then b squared negative 4ac must be less than 0 in conformation with the general quadratic form, which says what? Ax squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, where a, b, c are constants. So very simple. You know, this is a CBT, the CBT test. So what do? What's the b? B is the coefficient of what? P, which is what? R. Do you get? Because this is a quadratic equation in terms of p, right? Just like in this case is in terms of x. So coefficient of p is r. That will be r squared negative 4 times what's the value of a is what? 1, because that's the coefficient of p squared, times c, which is what? The constant, and is what? R. D graph should be less than 0. Should be less than 0 if it has what? No real roots. So then simplify it to be what? R squared negative 4r less than 0. And you can factor r out, isn't it? So that will be r into r squared divided by r is what? R. Negative 4r divided by r is what? Negative 4 less than 0. And you must be very careful in this situation, right? Because you could see the options. You could see option A, option C, and option D, how similar they look. So any mistake, we are off, right? So the easiest way to go about this is to equate each component towards 0. You will equate r to 0, fine. Then you equate r negative 4 to 0, and the negative 4 will cross over to become what? R equal to what? 4. Once you get that, your job is done. Just draw a number line. Do you get? And let's here be 0, and let's here be 4. Let's here be to positive infinity, let's here be to negative infinity. Are you with me? Now you will notice that these 2 points 0 and 4 are the values for which r squared minus 4r is what? 0, because we equated each of them to 0. So they will not be included. Do you get? So now if you test for any value less than 0, check whether it would work. Just one value. For example, negative 1. If you substitute negative 1 here, what will you get? Negative 1 into negative 1, negative 4. That will be negative 1 into negative 5, which is positive 5, which is what? Greater than 0. But we are looking for values such that it will be what? Less than 0. So this region is out. Then test for any value in between 0 and 4. For example, 1. We substitute 1. What will we get? 1 into 1 minus 4 less than 0. Let's see if it will be less than 0. 1 minus 4 is what? Minus 3. And minus 3 is less than 0. So this region is okay. Do you get? Then test any value higher than 4. For example, 5. If you substitute 5, it will be what? 5 into 5 minus 4. That will be 5 times 1, which is 5, which is positive. So this region is wrong, because we are looking for values for which is less than 0. So that means the values of r for which the equation has no real roots are those values in between 0 and 4. And we are excluding 0 and 4 because at 0, r squared minus 4r is 0, right? And at 4, r squared minus 4r is still 0. But we are looking for values what? Less than 0. So what will be the answer? This would be your answer, 0, 4. We are using the parentheses because 0 and 4 are not included. We are only looking at values in between 0 and 4. If maybe 0 was included, it will be what? 0. That is the meaning of this. That means 0 is included. That's starting from 0, and then we are not including 4 because 4 is put in parentheses. Do you understand? So that is the answer. So from this question, correct answer is option C, and that is the answer to the question. Thank you so much for watching this video to this point. I hope you learned a lot from this, and I encourage you, if you've not subscribed to this channel, please do well to subscribe by clicking the subscribe button, right? Like and share this video, leave your comments, and I hope you see my number on the screen. If you have any questions that relate to math stuff like this, please do well to contact me, and I'll be happy to relate to you. Thanks once again.